Or should I say Miley?
And it went, where's my dancing pandas and whatever.
That was kind of surreal, wasn't it? Everybody knows what we're talking about. Do we even have to intro that? First of all, it's good to see you. I haven't seen you for a while.
It's been a while.
We'll talk about the lost episode later.
Yeah, we have the lost episode.
Okay.
So anyway, the VMAs, I didn't even actually watch that night. I did actually flip over at one point, and I saw the NSYNC guys lowering.
Okay.
And then Justin came off stage and got his award and whatever.
Right.
That was about the only piece of it that I saw. So, and then I was like, okay, what is this Miley Cyrus thing? So I was looking all over online that night to try to figure out what it was. Which, they played the stupid awards over and over and over.
Right.
But so I turned it on again, and I was like, ugh, I just can't even stand sitting through this.
Yeah.
Like, it's just awful. So, finally find it online, and I was like, oh my God, this is
terrible.
I was like, what do they expect? She's 20 now, of course.
I mean, it's not as shocking as people are making it. I mean, twerking's all over videos and stuff. I mean,
but it's not that.
It's just that it was Hannah Montana.
It was her with the finger and doing whatever to Alan Thicke.
Yeah.
Or Alan Thicke.
Robin Thicke.
Which, I gotta say, both of those songs in the mashup, I was in heaven.
Yeah.
I love those two songs.
I do too, yeah.
I really love the Miley Cyrus song. So, hey Miley, we like you.
but put your fucking tongue back in your mouth.
But yeah, stop taking my signature move, bitch. But yeah, I was like, oh my God, this is great. This is so much fun. Like, I don't know. I was like, I just really liked them both.
I don't think it was that big a deal. I mean,
it was just.
It's the VMAs. It's supposed to be shocking, I mean, that's the whole point.
It was her being dirty. I mean, wasn't it Lady Gaga that showed up in like an egg at it one year?
And then the year that Madonna writhed around on the bed with her panties showing, when she was like a virgin.
Not even that, like a virgin. She was rolling around all over the floor. I mean, it's every time Madonna's been on it.
Well, and Madonna kissed Britney Spears. What was it, 2006 or 2003, something like that.
Which I think was really the last VMAs that a lot of people talked about. Even so, hey MTV, good on you.
Exactly.
You're having.
They're loving it. All the attention that they've gotten.
It's like, oh, let's watch it. So, this is probably going to be one of the most watched, MTV awards now, because people are going to watch they're going to go and watch the repeat or whatever and see what happened. But I don't know. I didn't find any, I guess it's not my daughter.
Right.
I would have liked to have seen Billy Ray Cyrus.
In the audience? Doing the Will Smith?
Yeah.
What?
Doing the Will Smith? So
yeah.
You do know that they were not reacting to Miley.
That picture with the whole family and they're all...
The whole family. Yeah, they're all like...
What do you mean?
Jada's like about to throw up or something.
She looked like she was going to vomit.
So actually, I researched.
I don't believe you, because we don't research around here.
I seriously did, because I was like, no way. I'm like, this is not... So it was actually them reacting to Gaga's performance.
Really?
Which I didn't see Gaga's, so I don't know.
I didn't think there was anything shocking about it, really.
I don't know at what point. Only that she came out looking like a giant tampon. But, that was
she kind of did a little bit, yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. It was just kind of crazy, but I don't know. I mean, there's so many people complaining about it. So many people are, up in arms about it, but...
I think MTV got exactly what they wanted. Mm-hmm. They got a lot of buzz about their show. They're being talked about. So I'm sure they're thrilled. Now, I did see our friend from our sister show out in California.
Oh, huh?
Did you see the post that he put up? I don't remember if it was today or yesterday, but it was like, drink like your Miley Cyrus's publicist. Yeah. And I was like, that was great.
That's perfect. Yes, drink today like your Miley Cyrus's publicist.
Right.
Because I can't say my S's or anything today.
Yeah, but I thought this was funny. That's why I said the F-bomb earlier, because that's what Kelly Osbourne told her. Well, she didn't tell her. She was on an interview show talking about someone else to her, or talking to someone else about her. And she was like, I love her, she's great, but put your effing tongue back in your mouth. And they've got the picture of her with her tongue out, which I'm sure everybody's seen
by now.
And she's anybody to judge, Kelly Osbourne. I mean, there she is. Did you see the picture of her twerking that was all just a still shot of it, and how jiggly her butt looked?
Her butt was all...
I mean, she's twerking. It's going to look jiggly. She's got a tight little butt. Yeah. I'm sorry.
I don't know. It's just kind of... I think it's funny that... why is that...
I mean, Syria is about to erupt into World War III, and, we've got all these other things going on, but let's talk about Miley Cyrus twerking.
Even though, we've got all these boycotts on the Olympics, and...
There are so many bigger things going on.
Speaking of that, who was it, the guy from Prison Break? He was the main guy on Prison Break.
Okay.
Whitworth Miller. Did you ever watch that show?
No, I remember the commercials, and I kind of remember what it looks like. Little buzzed hair.
Yeah, I never liked him. I liked his brother on the show.
Okay.
His brother was hotter. but so he came out, and he said that I guess he was invited to Russia for something. I'm not, I don't research except for the Will
except
Smith.
for the one thing that I say that you have to correct me on.
One thing I actually researched, but so I think he was invited to the Olympics or something and said, being a gay man, I cannot go. And so, of course, the internet was abuzz of...
That was the first time he came out, or what?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I didn't catch that. I didn't even hear about that.
So I don't really know,
and of course, everyone freaked out about it.
Yeah, everyone freaks out. Like, why is it? Well, because it's somebody that I guess you wouldn't suspect was. Like him,
yeah, I didn't know that he was.
Probably, like Clay Aiken and Lance Bass and Ellen, they all get a cover of People magazine, and it's like, and all of their lines were like, "I'm gay." It should have come up, underneath.
Yeah, but like let me say, like Ellen and some of those earlier ones that did it and got covers of magazines, it was something that should be buzzed back then because people didn't talk about it back then.
Right.
Now it's just, it's like, who's elected president or well, that's big news. But you know what I'm saying? It's like just regular news. It shouldn't be that big a deal.
Yeah.
Why it's news, what people's sexuality is still beyond me. It really doesn't belong on the evening news.
It seem like it should be, it should be on like, entertainment news.
Or like E or something.
But I mean, I guess Facebook technically is entertainment news.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't take anything everything I read on there is true, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's got to be. So, but speaking of the Russia boycott, which I think was on the last episode we speak of.
The last episode.
It's somewhere in the archives. We just something happened to it. It never got uploaded. It never got done. So, but we were talking about the Russian boycott.
We were.
And or should we boycott?
Or is it like with the vodkas? That's when everybody was boycotting all the vodkas, and
now it's the Olympics. Well, I've seen a couple interviews with gay Olympic athletes that have been to previous Olympic games, and they're saying no, don't boycott it because it's one of the greatest times you're going to have in your life.
Right.
So sure, okay, yes, you have that feeling, but you're going to a country where, I mean, I'm sure they'll have like some sort of diplomatic immunity or whatever. But I mean, if they're out and
it says in the Olympic Village, the law will be enforced.
The law. So I mean, these people will be, if two gay athletes holding hands, boom, they can get arrested.
Yeah.
I mean, this to me, like you were talking about Syria erupting into World War III. Well, I think between Syria and Russia, something's going to happen in the next few years, and we should really get, like other countries need to really kind of focus on what is going to happen, because the Russian thing is really, to me, kind of like how the Germans and the Jews, back in World War II.
Right.
So, I mean, Russia is going to start taking all of the gays and putting them in these like internment camps. I don't know that that's true, but I mean, that's just kind of my...
Right. I mean, but they're definitely going to be persecuted. And,
yeah, it's going to. There's definitely going to be persecution. I don't know that there's going to be like mass, murders or whatever like World War II. But I mean, if that becomes it, then what?
Right. Well, my partner Dan, he works with a lady that's from Russia, and she that came up on the news or something while they were all there at work. Sometimes when it's slow, the news is on and they'll sit there and watch it, and. He came up on the news for something, I don't know what, and he goes, God, that guy's crazy. And she got so offended. She was like, we love him over there. He's gotten the economy back on its feet. He's gotten, the trains running on time, so to speak, because that's what people said about Hitler.
Oh, right.
He's gotten the economy better. He's made things better for regular Russians. She goes, but like at home in my village, all the young people leave and go to the city, right. And so like in the Russian culture, it's all the gay people are not reproducing, and so all these little small towns are going to die up, and Russian culture is going to die. Like that's her take on it.
Okay.
Not that makes the least bit of sense, because what's happening is that young people are going to the city and not coming back because they want to live in the city.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, and they're having babies in the city. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just they're scapegoating the gays because of what's going on in the countryside. Is what I got from what she's saying. And she's from there, so I kind of believe what she's saying, but she could be full of crap
from what
too.
I considered the small town to the big city.
Yeah, me too.
I moved from Colorado Springs to Denver.
Yeah.
I have friends that moved from Colorado Springs to San Diego and have a sister show.
Right.
Well, they actually came from Wyoming to Colorado Springs.
I mean, I am from New York originally, but then I went to a small town in Arizona, to a small town in Kansas, and then here. Well, Dallas first.
I mean, I think it happens everywhere.
Then Chicago.
But it's just Russia.
And then here.
It's Russia.
It's Russia. Ugh. And what I think is kind of crappy. All right, so President Obama was supposed to have a meeting with him this week before the summit that's going on later this week. Well, he canceled it in protest of that. Now, I understand his reasoning for doing that. He canceled the first meeting one-on-one with Putin.
Oh.
And then he'll still be at the summit, though, like the economic summit or whatever it is. However, with everything that's going on in Syria, I think that he should have still had that meeting with him, discuss what's going on in Syria, and maybe even talk to him one-on-one about that law. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, he's protesting it, but he could affect change by actually going to the meeting. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know if that's the right decision.
Yeah, I'm not sure that I would agree with that decision either. Like, I think it would be more beneficial if he actually had that and then was able, to go to the G8 summit or whatever. I assume it's the G8.
It's something like that. I don't know what it is.
Whatever the G8 are. I knew about
it one time. It's the 8 richest nations on Earth, largest economies or whatever.
Because when I lived downtown, they actually had the summit here in Denver one year, and they were at the governor's mansion, and I could barely get home.
Right.
So, I had to go through security. I walked out on my deck. I saw that there were snipers on buildings all around me, and because I overlooked the governor's mansion, which was kind of cool.
Yeah. Did you see anybody famous? Or were they all inside?
I saw Clinton. I saw Hillary.
Really?
I saw all the leaders.
Through your binoculars?
We watched them. No, because we were actually right there. We could look down and watch them all pull up and get out. So it was pretty cool. But
that is kind of cool to see.
If digital cameras existed back then, I probably would have had pictures.
Paparazzi photos.
Yeah, but I don't know. I would have been afraid to take a camera out there and.
I don't know.
With all the snipers, but I'm sure they can see it's a camera. They probably have a camera gun now, though, because they have the camera
that zaps it or what?
Oh no, you could shoot a bullet out of the camera.
Oh,
like James Bond type shit or something. Hi, we just had a visitor.
Did we?
A little hummingbird just kind of came. And
I was wondering what that was. I heard that. I was like, I know I heard something, but I don't see anything.
I find it so weird. So right now, the hummingbird is actually eating out of a real flower.
An actual flower.
An actual flower. And we've talked about the hummingbirds before. We have all the feeders. And I find it so fascinating to watch them actually eat out of a real flower. Hi, hush, little hummingbird. All right. So anyway, we were talking about that. So that's fine. I don't know. There's been all kinds of stupid new. Everybody up in arms about something.
Yeah, and we have a couple of those things to talk about. I don't know that I want to bring this and maybe that.
Okay.
And I definitely want to talk about that.
Okay.
And I don't know, but we'll figure it out. But it's almost time for a break.
Oh, it is?
But
okay.
Before we go to a break, I just wanted to say, not to forget that we've got our events coming up for the Front Range Bears.
Yes, Front Range
Bears.
And
we'll post the dates later, like maybe at halftime or something. Or halftime. But we've got some things planned, and I just found out today that I have to start rehearsing without you there. Like it's just something between a certain person and myself.
Right.
And so we have to practice that. And I'm like, practice that? What do I do? I need your creative direction, but you're not going to be there. So
I know you're going to have to.
Hopefully, I'll figure it out. I don't know.
We should see if we could all get together sometime.
At least once. Before you go.
So and we have some time the day of the event too that we'll be able to.
Yeah, but that's kind of last minute. Really I don't like that. I want to be able to know what I have to do and prepare. Like I've already started watching that song that he was talking about to try to learn the rap lyrics, which I have no idea what they are.
Yeah.
I listen to it and I understand a word here or there.
It's like every good drag queen knows. It's vacuum, watermelon, vacuum, watermelon, vacuum. I just sung an entire Miley Cyrus song.
Did you? Your tongue wasn't out though, so it wasn't quite right.
La da dee da dee, dancing with Miley. Yeah, I don't know. I'm way into that song. So, all right. Well, we will
take a little break. Don't forget to check out our sponsors, email, Twitter, all that stuff.
BATFLECK.
Let's do it when we go back.
Okay.
All right. Bye. All right, and we're back.
Hey, yes.
That was a lovely break.
It was great. Okay, so we're going to talk about this BATFLECK.
BATFLECK. Which apparently was a big deal, and people were all up in arms about it.
My brother posted something like, Affleck.
I saw you tweeted it or shared it or something. Yeah, I saw that.
But, yeah, I know. It's like everybody was like up in arms. But now, okay, I myself have been guilty of going off about casting people.
That's correct.
Especially through Batman movies. Michael Keaton, I thought would be... I was like, really, Michael Keaton?
Right.
Because I had Mr. Mom on the mind and stuff like that. But Michael Keaton was actually really... He was probably one of the better...
He was pretty good.
...of all of them. George Clooney was awful.
Yeah.
Val Kilmer was boring. What's his face? The newest.
Why are you trying to kill me?
Yeah.
The guy with the voice. What is his name? He was American
Christian
Psycho.
Bale.
Christian Bale. Thank you.
He was great. I thought he was really good. I was not ever a fan of Catwoman.
Even in the original series, or
I don't know. I just mean the Catwoman casting. So Anne Hathaway, I was a huge
naysayer.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to give her a chance. Fuck her. She's stupid. And like literally in one of her first lines and the first part that she's in the movie, I was like just in awe with her. Like, oh my god,
she's amazing no matter what she does. I really like her.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've grown to like her a lot more over the years. Like, it was never. I guess I don't think I've ever seen Princess Diaries, and I think that's where she kind of came from, right?
I have seen those with Julie Andrews.
And I know she was in Devil Wears Prada, but...
Which was great.
I'm sorry, you're in a movie with Meryl Streep. I'm not going to notice who anybody
She was
else
great in the movie.
In this movie is.
Meryl Streep was fantastic in that movie, but she was good in it.
Like, I will never notice who anybody... Because I watched some Meryl Streep movie with Tommy Lee Jones, and I would have never even noticed Tommy Lee Jones in the movie.
Right.
Because Meryl Streep is just...
that good.
Yeah, I mean, she's the only surviving grace of that Mamma Mia movie. Oh, except for
true.
Amanda Seyfried.
She was good. I really liked. I can never remember her name, but in the movie, it was her friend, the mom's friend.
Christine Baranski.
Is that her name? With the dark-haired one, with the longer hair, the little bob.
Yeah,
I really like her.
Sybil,
yes, she was
in Chicago.
Yes, I just like her.
Her character in Chicago, like the play of Chicago, that character's a man. Typically.
Pretending to be a woman.
Yeah, pretending to be a woman.
I gotcha.
And a reporter, and they didn't do that in the movie, which kind of I was a little
right.
You know, it's like, oh, well, that's. I mean, but the movie was great. So, all right, well, let's not get off
subject.
I want to talk about because I've never been a Ben Affleck fan, and
me either, really.
You know, like, oh, well, he's won Academy Awards. Okay, well, he won one for writing and producing, not acting.
That's absolutely right.
You know, and there's been pictures of like him and Matt Damon, like Matt Damon playing Robin. Well, Matt Damon's a little too old for Robin right now.
Yes.
That'd be like me putting something on and be Batgirl.
Right, exactly.
Like,
I think you could totally pull it off.
Sorry, I'd have to be Batwoman.
You would have to be Batwoman. You know Alicia Silverstone.
I want to be Bat Lady.
Bat Tramp.
Bat Tramp.
Bat Tramp.
Could you imagine?
Bat Slut. I don't know. There's a million that we could use.
I'm here to help you, Batman.
We need a picture of you sitting like this in your chair with your leg all spread.
You're like, let me help you with your utility belt.
Let's go down to the Bat Cave.
Yeah. Let's see what's in my Bat Cave. Gross.
There might be a porn in that genre that you could probably make. I'm just saying.
There is Bat Dude and Throbbing. And I have...
You've probably seen it.
Well, I have seen it. I have seen it, but I have one of my Xbox logins is Matman Throbbing.
Oh Lord, I'm gonna look for that.
You know, so,
one of your Xbox logins. How many do you have?
Logins. Well, you know, I have to have the dirty one for the gamers. I have the normal for the children.
Gotcha.
You know, whatever.
I hear you.
Else. I have to have a few. You know, it's like I play games on my iPhone, or I play games on my iPad. You know, because I don't want it to.
Right.
You know, maybe one day I'll play the same game on my, and it'd be like a new game.
Right. It'll be all brand new.
It'll be all brand new.
How exciting!
Oh, like fucking Candy Crush. I know we're totally off subject again.
I don't play Candy Crush.
So I just started playing it
Oh God, don't get sucked in.
Not within, the last week or so. I started playing this damn game.
That's why it takes you forever to get back to me on Words with Friends.
Oh my God. Well, yeah, I've been really bad on Words with Friends lately, but no, this stupid Candy Crush game. Holy shit. And I'm like, someone's got to give me more lives. I need more lives. I didn't.
Yeah, what's the deal? You have to ask friends for lives?
Yeah, so you get like 5 lives, every 24 hours or whatever. Every 30 minutes you gain a new life or whatever. Right. So, but I'm just not a fan of those games on Facebook where you
have to ask your friends
for everything.
Yeah,
I would rather just play and do, just like a lot of the iPhone kind of games and stuff like that too. It's always ask your friends. I just want to play.
Right. I'm the same way.
It's like I just want to play.
I don't play those games. I'll play them until I run out of whatever, until the trial runs out, and then I delete them, uninstall them.
I'm sure I'll be done with Candy Crush here pretty soon.
Dan's been addicted to it forever. Like, he won't even play Words with Friends anymore. Like, he is addicted to it. But he doesn't ask people for lives. Like, he just...
Yeah,
he's patient.
I don't
ask
him.
if you're patient, you don't have to ask people, but I'm not.
ask them for lives, but sometimes you have to ask people to, like, get to the next round.
Oh, really? You can't do it on your own no matter what? Oh, I wouldn't do that.
Or you can buy... you can buy your way out of it. Which, I mean, that's how a lot of those games get you. Is like,
they want you to pay like $19.99 for 100 credits or whatever.
Yeah, and that's where they get all their money. That's how they make all their money for these stupid games, is that way.
Yeah, and people do that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know it's only like however much money, but still. Really?
Yeah,
do you not have better things to spend with your money?
I know, it's ridiculous. Well, look at, so Farmville back in the day, when Farmville was still going, holy shit, you would buy...
Is that not still going anymore?
I don't know, I stopped playing, so I'm sure it is. I'm sure there's still...
Dan was addicted to that.
I was
big time.
Crazy, and even...
he had a huge farm.
Yeah. Oh, well, Holden plays a Smurfs game on his phone.
Does he?
Yeah, and it's Smurfs, and it's like Smurfs Farmville.
Okay, I got you.
I was like, spit that out. And it came out when the last Smurf movie came out.
Okay.
Well, there was something in my throat today. I don't know what it is. I think it's the...
BATFLECK?
BATFLECK. I think it's the changing of...
It could be,
the seasons again, because it's going to be fall tomorrow, so
pretty much.
But yeah, I mean, I don't like those games where you have to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I don't play them either. I'm with you on that.
But okay, so anyway, yeah, we were talking about the BATFLECK, but
enough with
I don't know.
BATFLECK.
We'll see. I guess we'll see. Kind of, you got to give him a chance because Heath Ledger was absolutely brilliant as the Joker.
Well, and I'm sorry, it might be too soon for this, but people were so in love with how he played that character because of the tormented life he was leading outside of it, and he died playing that character. And I think that's why people attributed more to it than they would have had he lived.
That's true, yeah, because that's true.
I really believe that.
I think that, yeah. Because I had actually only known him from Bareback Mountain and 10 Things I Hate About You. Those were the two, like, Heath Ledger kind of... I really didn't know who he was.
But, right. It was really sad.
One of the most overlooked characters in, like, those last Bat movies was Cillian Murphy. He played the Scarecrow in the first movie. And he kind of had, like, bit parts in the next two, like Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises.
Okay.
But, yeah, he was really good. I thought he was great. So he was creepy.
I wonder if he'll be in the new one, then. You'll have to check that out.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Scarecrow... I mean, this new one's going to be Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, I don't really get that. Why? I thought they were together. They're in the Justice League together. Like, I don't follow the whole Marvel comic world or whatever it is.
I don't know.
But, like, they're on the same side, so why would they be fighting? I don't understand that. Dan knows. He used to collect comics, so he, like, knows what to expect. But
there was, like, some arc of, like, Batman and Superman fighting, probably over Lois Lane or something.
I would say Superman wins.
Probably.
That's my guess.
I would think, well, because Superman's kind of invincible.
Yeah.
And Batman's not.
I'll stand here all day while you shoot your bat weapons at me.
Yeah. I know, yeah, exactly. Let me throw my batarang at you and knock off your panties. So, but anyway.
Who's going to play Superman? Do we know?
It's the same guy. It's a sequel to this Superman movie that just came out.
Okay,
so it's a sequel to Man of Steel.
So we're in that timeline.
So it's James...
The guy who all I know is I remember, and I don't know if it was a Facebook, like rumor, but I had heard that in the movie photos for that where he stood like that, in his unitard or whatever, they had to airbrush out his area because he was showing too much.
He was actually naked on the Tudors, and there was. I mean, it was obviously that tight of a. You could probably see like the outline of everything.
Right.
So.
Interesting.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So,
no, imagine being the guy that was that graphic designer that had to sit there and through the whole movie, like, you know,
and
airbrush his penis. What did you do today? I covered Superman's penis 1,000 times in 1,000 frames.
I'll take that job.
I guess, yeah.
I don't know. Well, I mean, every 5 minutes I'd have to take a break, probably.
Dear Lord, you'd be all dehydrated.
Talk about fiddling my mouse. Or clicking my mouse, whatever. But, all right,
so we're running out of time. So I do want to talk about this because I thought this was funny today, and this is kind of timely whenever. So it was this article that I just ran across, and the title of the article is Luke, I am your... Wait, maybe not. Movie quotes you always get wrong. So I wanted to kind of like, and you and I kind of talked about them a little beforehand, so it would be silly if we did a quiz. But I'm going to ask you guys at home, and, you know, and then you can just see if you were right or wrong. I'm not going to put anything up on screen or anything. Yeah. But, like, we think that we know all these movie quotes that we repeat all the time, and I was wrong on several of these. So I'll go through and read them, and each one, like, you can tell me what if you were right or wrong. And I know that you were right on this first one. But so the first one, of course, is the Star Wars one, where it's all Luke, I am your father. You know, and Darth Vader. Well, that's not what is really said.
Right.
Do you know what is really said?
Well, what is really said is, no, I'm your father. But it goes in... I mean, I can understand where the Luke, I'm your father, comes from. But the whole conversation that they were having was, you know, Obi-Wan said, you killed my father, blah, blah. Like, do you know what happened to your father? Obi-Wan said, you killed him, blah, blah, blah. He says, no, I am your father.
That's exactly
and then
right.
Luke says, no. Look into yourself. You know it's true. And then Luke jumps, and we were kind of hoping that was it, the end for him. But I mean, we already froze Han Solo. We couldn't lose,
I didn't think we were hoping
we couldn't lose Luke at that time, too. You know? And Leia was all fucked up flying around somewhere.
Yeah, she was. And she was all confused because she was making out with her brother. So
yeah, exactly.
You know, she didn't know what was going on. All right, so the next one in here is, do you feel lucky, punk? Now... Okay, maybe people slightly younger than us and older know what that's from.
Yeah.
I wonder if young people today really know what that's from.
That would be a good movie to start remaking.
It would be a good movie to remake, Dirty Harry.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he'd be great. He is gorgeous, and he's totally not my type, but he is.
Oof.
But there's that line where everyone thinks that in Dirty Harry, Clint Eastwood, everyone thinks he says, do you feel lucky, punk? Well, he doesn't. He he says, I know what you're thinking. Did he fire 6 shots or only 5? Want to tell you the truth in all this excitement? I kind of lost track myself. But this is a 45 or 44 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world, and would blow your head clean off. You've got to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk? So that's what it says. But, like, I totally thought it said, do you feel lucky, punk? And I've seen that movie. Like, yeah, I guess you see it enough in popular media and stuff, and they just do it that way. I mean, it kind of explains it here in the article because it's easier, and you know, people know what they're talking about. They don't have to, like, put what movie it's from or something, you know.
So I wonder if, like, it'd be interesting to see if, like, Go Ahead, Make My Day was really what I remember, too.
Yeah, well, that one's not in here, but that would be interesting to see.
I wonder if that's like that, but okay.
Okay, so the next one is The Wizard of Oz. Now, I love The Wizard of Oz. It's one of my favorite movies of all time, and I know that you like it, too.
Boring.
You like it.
Oh, it is so boring.
Dun 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 dun. That's what I hear every time I see Sharon.
Well, yeah. I'll get you, my little pretty.
And your little dog, too.
Little dog. Fuck, that dog will get me.
That dog will get me. But anyways, everyone thinks she says, Toto, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. And what she says is, Toto, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. It says, spoiler, they're not.
Spoiler alert.
In case you haven't seen the movie that was made in 1939.
Oh, you know what's... And that's actually having, like, its 75th...
Really?
Or 95th anniversary. It's coming out in 3D for a week.
I heard that. I do want to go see that in the
like
theater. I think I would like to, too.
3D would be kind of cool.
I love The Wizard of Oz. I do. It's one of my favorite movies and musicals of all time. I mean, I just love it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's...
I love it.
And it's G-rated.
It was so cute when I grew up. I remember being, like, so, like, enthralled that, like, it was black and white, and then all of a sudden when they got there, it was in color, and it was so much more vibrant, you know, and, like, you know, I totally got what they were trying to make me feel, I guess. I don't know, but it's always stuck with me. I've always loved that movie. But anyways, enough of that. Okay. We love you, Judy. Okay, so...
Judy.
Which off subject for just a second. I saw an interview. I saw a story about her, and some interviewer had asked her about all her gay fans. And she while she wasn't like totally like, oh, I love them so much, they're my people, like Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
She was like, you know, people are people, basically. I mean, that's totally paraphrased, but like she was totally okay with it back in the '60s. You know what I mean? You know, and then and I think we also talked about how her death is what people were mourning in the Stonewall Inn in New York City when the riots happened. The police came in and the people were so distraught over her dying, they fought back. Huh. You know, so she was a catalyst in the gay rights movement.
That'd be something
she really was.
Research.
We're almost out of time.
Almost out of time.
Yes, we're slightly out of time. But anyways, let's go. There's a couple more. So one more is Mirror, Mirror on the Wall. Okay, that's from Snow White. We all know that.
Mirror,
but actually,
mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?
But what they actually say is Magic Mirror on the Wall, who is the fairest one of all?
I beg to differ. That's
what it says.
I beg to differ.
I don't think NBC News would lie.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to get Snow White now.
You better get it and watch it.
Because it's what?
It's Magic Mirror on the Wall. Who's the fairest one of all? It says who is. Who is the fairest one of all? Magic Mirror on the Wall.
Mirror, Mirror on the Wall.
It's not Mirror, Mirror. It's Magic Mirror. That's what I thought too, and that's what I've always said.
That's what I've always said.
Well, you'll have to research
my
that
Magic
one.
Mirror lies back to me.
Mine does too, and it says I'm the fairest one.
I know. It totally said I was.
I don't look at the mirror that shows my back of my head, though.
Yeah.
Because it'll show my bald spot.
Yeah, I don't want those three-way mirrors.
I don't like that lying mirror. And then the other one is, and we can just kind of go over that one quickly. But you want the truth, you can't handle the truth.
Yeah.
And that's not what it is. It's Tom Cruise saying, I want the truth, and then he says, you can't handle the truth. So that's the real line.
Because he says a few things like, you want answers.
Yeah, it goes on for quite some time. And they were just paraphrasing it so they could fit it on a t-shirt, you know?
Yeah. Which that movie, that was a really... I've seen the porn to that one, too. It was called A Few Fresh Men.
Oh, no.
It should have just been called A Few Good Men.
It could have been A Few Good Men.
But, well, one of the funny things about that movie is they fought so hard to not have the sex scene in the movie with Demi Moore and Tom Cruise because they thought that it just like undermined the movie, and it never made it to the movie.
Really?
So
he had sex with her for no reason.
Yeah, there was like a sex scene between the two of them.
Now I'm not in drama, but I know basically what they're doing is they're just rubbing up against each other. No, it's not like really sex, but like, you know, he's got to be. They're not. Are they in clothes?
They're in like those socks or whatever, possibly. Like,
yeah, I don't know how they do that, but I mean, I would think that. You know, he's a man rubbing against a beautiful woman. He's going to get an erection.
Demi Moore. If I rubbed against Demi Moore,
I'm sure that's got to be an uncomfortable thing for her. You know, or maybe she's, you know, pleased. You know, she might be pissed if he wasn't hard. I don't know.
Yeah,
you know, but I always wondered about that. How they do that.
I did hear that at one point that they were like there was going to be a sex scene in that movie, and they both were like, no, it doesn't. Like, it really doesn't make any sense in the movie. So I kind of like after I've seen that, seeing some other movies where like all of a sudden there's this like random.
I think they're always overrated. Yeah, they just put them in there so they can get that R rating or something.
What was it? The movie with it was one of the Baldwins, and it was like Cindy Crawford's only movie.
I'm not sure.
But they're being chased and chased and chased. They get on this train, you know, and they're like safe for 2 minutes, and they have sex. Which I mean,
that's what I do if I only had 2 minutes left to live.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you would, but got 4 minutes to save the world.
We only got 4 minutes to save the world. All right, well, that's enough of this episode, I think.
Yes,
because we're about out of time. You know, we're trying to be very good about keeping it to a manageable length because we're talkers.
You know, we can talk our ears off, and yours too, I'm sure.
True story. Well, thank you everyone for watching. Sorry there's been a long break. Yeah. Don't forget we do have to post the dates of our upcoming events.
Yes, we will.
So we'll post those maybe here at the end of the episode or at the halftime break, whatever. Yeah. I bark these orders out, but she does it all. So
we'll see.
You know, wherever you can squeeze it in.
If I remember. If I remember.
If not, I'm gonna write them down for next. I have them on my phone. I just don't like to be on my phone.
Oh well, I mean the dates are September 21st. We're doing
for Furfest.
For Furfest at Charlie's, and then on October 11th or 12th, the Saturday.
Okay, I'll put my calendar out. I always forget the date.
Yeah, because I think it's October 12th. We're going to be at the Oktoberfest with the Front Range Bears for their, it's their banquet for their big bear run that they're having. So.
Yes, I'm pulling up the date right now. I'm sorry. So you said when the September one was?
September 21st, and then October.
Is it the 18th?
No, it's the weekend before. So it'd be the October 11th.
It's October 12th.
Okay, October
it's a Saturday, October 12th. We're going to get there about 5:30.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think the banquet starts at 6.
Yes.
So go.
And you can go to frontrangebears.org and check all that.
And they also have a Facebook page, which is, I believe, just facebook.com/frontrangebears.
Yeah.
If I can spit it out.
So we'll try to figure all that out, and we'll run it in the credits. Oh my God!
Just stay still. Just stay still. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys all next time.
Good night. Bye.
Bye.